This video is intended as a short technical note to Statistical Process Control 103B. This short video is going to show you how to make the Shewhart chart using our OR turnaround time data using Excel. Now we've already put our mean in using the average function, and recall we use the dollar signs, my favorite symbol, to lock our data series onto these cells from D5 to D14. We're going to use that same trick again in a second. So remember, our upper control limit is going to be the x bar plus 2 times the sigma. So we can do this by simply saying equals, telling the Excel program that we're going to be doing a little bit of algebra. We're going to say equals the mean, which is E5. And in fact, we can lock it on E5 if we want to. We don't really have to on this one, but we will just for the hell of it. E5 plus, then we're going to multiply the standard deviation times 2. So 2, I'm going to put this in parentheses just to set it off. We don't really have to. 2 times, and the way to do times in Excel is the asterisk or star, 2 star. And then we're going to use another function called standard deviation, which is STDEV, standard deviation. We put an open parentheses, and if we highlight this data series and then close the parentheses, that will give us the standard deviation for that data series. And now again, we're going to lock this down with the money. So we lock it down with the money. Oops, sorry. Must have forgotten the parenthesis. And so there we have our upper control limit of 33.3. We can drag that down and it will remain locked. The variables will remain locked between D5 and D14. But we're not going to drag that over just yet. We're going to make our upper control limit. So follow what I'm going to do here. I'm going to copy this over to the upper control limit. Remember, I locked all of these down. So now I can highlight them, okay? And I still have the standard deviation and the mean exactly where I want them. But now I just need to change this sign to minus. And now I have the lower control limit. And now, having locked the series, I can drag, copy all of these down to populate the entire table. Now we can make a graph using a line graph. We'll take the line graph with the markers, the data markers. Okay, so here it is. Now we're going to need to mess around with this a little bit. So we don't really need the observation numbers in there, so I'm going to take the observation numbers out. And then we can adjust our chart. Get rid of that. Oh, make this go away simply by doing that too. So just hit delete. I like to make the markers go away on the control limits and the mean. So I always put none. It just helps me to separate with my eye the data from the control limits. So we're going to take all of the markers away from our guideposts, our road signs, and just leave the markers on our data. And I also like to get rid of the grid lines because I just find them to be busy. So here we've done it. We've made the a better looking statistical process control chart, and maybe we can even fuss with it a little bit more and bring our minimum up just a hair to say 10 to give a little bit more spread. And now we've got a very serviceable statistical process control chart. Again, we can put in our annual report or impress our bosses with. So we've done what we did manually in SPC 103B. Now we've done this using Excel in 103C. Thanks, and I'll see you at the next lecture.